As you guys may or may not know, I've been trying to kill a deer, and I've been having a really hard time. From now until about mid-January, it's actually bow season in Kentucky, and I'm in Kentucky. So obviously with a bow is what we're gonna be using. We have some blinds and some stuff right here that's actually gonna help us try to get a deer. And whenever I say deer, I'm not just talking about a doe, I'm talking about a buck, and preferably a big buck. But you know what? I would take a spike if one walked out. At the beginning of the season, I actually did kill a deer, but it was a doe. In my area, I get 1 buck tag and 1 doe tag. I killed the doe, no real problems or anything, really easy. And then I started trying to get a buck, and it's been really hard. This is like the eighth video of me trying to kill one this year. But then the rut rolled around, okay? I see this deer, and I name him Rock Band, okay? The biggest deer I've literally ever seen on this property, or anywhere, pretty much. So I go out hunting. I literally call the deer within 30 yards with my rattling antlers, but I didn't have my bow up, and he ran away. And then rifle season rolled around, okay? I had my 308, nothing could get away from me. So I go hunting, I do not see any of the deer I'm targeting, except this one that I have named Ricky Bobby. He comes out, he's a good sized deer. Looking back on it, if I could redo that situation, I would have probably shot him in the face. I seen him a couple times, so I seen him like 3 times. Didn't shoot him. Then this other deer popped out. Another pretty good 7-pointer. I didn't take the shot. He jumped down the hill. My cousin shot him, and then here's the deer laying down. It's dead. A little bit later, I started getting this deer I like to call Diesel on camera, okay? He's a pretty good 8-pointer, I think, and his tines at the front come together and almost touch. I've never seen this deer in person, but I've got a ton of trail camera pictures of him. He's pretty active too. Out of all the deer I have, he is the most active in this area. Way back in there, I found this other deer, Timmy Turner, okay? Look at him. That's the biggest deer I've seen it on ever. Again, he's big. He's at least a 10-pointer, but there's a little problem with where he is actually located and moving, okay? He's in a thicket, and there's no trees within 60 yards of his path that he takes. That is where the blind is gonna come into play. This is what we need, okay? And so we're gonna set it up. I'm gonna practice out of it to make sure I can shoot sitting down, and then we're gonna go in there, plant the blind, and then we're gonna set up a camera, and hopefully we can kill a deer out of it. A big shout out to Tidewee for sponsoring this video. They actually hooked me up with the blind and 2 of the hunting chairs. There we go.
Is that one of them ones you can see through?
I'm not sure yet. Can you see me?
No.
Because I can see you.
So it is a see-through one.
Come on in here for a second. So check it out right here. I don't have, yeah, the camera can actually see it pretty good. Abram, come over here on this side. Over there where Sheba is.
There's
Walk on back.
The elusive Abram.
Can you see us?
No, not at all.
Can you see us now?
I can see like a very general, like vague silhouette.
Can you tell that I'm dancing? I'm doing the Fortnite dance.
Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
I'm doing the Fortnite. And so what makes this so good is that if I only have one shooting lane, oh snap, dude, look at that. It's not even clips. You slide it up. Say that I only got this shooting lane right here. I can actually see the deer coming through here and then see them before they get right there. And I believe this will probably stand up a lot better in weather because the wind can come through the holes and not yank it out of the ground. That's what happened to my last blind. It blew away. Here are the stakes that you can actually pin the tent down if you live in Western Kentucky where there's a lot of tornadoes. Now let's see what the hunting chairs do. Like if you can sit down on that, that's a kind of seat you can sit down and leave it for a month.
Pretty simple though, honestly.
So simple, even I can do it.
Hey, you're the smart one out of the bunch.
Well, it's bad news for you guys then.
Goodness, dude, that got heated seats on it too. Dang.
Pretty close.
Comes with a seat cover. KG pocket knife.
It's got a sling on it too.
So you can take it pretty deep in the woods if you need to.
Yeah.
Does it feel good?
Yes.
It's pretty stable.
Yeah.
And how all the features make it a little bit quieter so that you can't ding something metal onto that. It's got pads. Let me stick it in here. Check this out. I can open up a little hole. I can see the animals, like Sheba, walking through here, or to be pulled back by the time he gets right there. Hand me my bow and I'll see how good I can do.
You got a cheat code.
This is a cheat code. Anyways, I grab my bow. I see the deer coming through here. I go ahead and pull back. He ain't gonna see me. He ain't gonna hear me. I wait for him to get into range. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. And then hopefully it dies. Okay. Now I just gotta get a spot.
He's gonna go take a nap.
I like how you can see things coming without them seeing you.
Right.
Because seeing things coming before they get into your shooting lane is really important. If you guys are interested in the Tidwee blind and the seats, you can check them out. I'm gonna put them in the first link in the description. And now that we've unboxed everything, got everything set up, we need to go way back in there to where I've been seeing those deer and actually set this up.
Them bras are good though.
This is why we're coming back in here. Pretty big, ain't it?
Yeah.
Y'all may see on my shoulder, I do have a bag of corn. That is because I'm extremely desperate at this point, and I've spent 4 months fair chase, and I give up. I'm using corn now. Hey man, it's just how it is. But the trail goes right through here. As you can see, this is pretty old, but you can see what kind of material we're working with.
It takes a big deer to get a tree.
Yeah, and look at the trees we do have. None of these are viable for a tree stand.
No, that's
why
like,
we're having to go with a blind.
this tree's like big as a pop can, like diameter.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
mean,
big deer to do that.
That's Timmy Turner. This deer, I'm thinking I might be able to put the corn right here, right on the trail, so they'll come through, they'll stop, they'll eat here, and then I can put the blind straight back through there, and it'll be pretty hidden from them to where they really shouldn't know I'm doing anything at all. The problem is that I won't really be able to see them until they get to the corn pile, which is not a bad thing at all.
You might be able to see them coming
Wait
from
a
that
second,
way.
is that my camera? Oh man, I forgot I had that. Forgot this thing was back here. It's an old one, prototype. I haven't checked this, so we have about 100 good pictures. There appears to be just some does. No, hold up a second, that's a deer. That's a big one, you see him?
Yep.
It's really hard to see because the quality of this camera is really not that great, but that's a big one. I think that is Timmy Turner, so we do know he is still in the area. So far, just more does moving through, but that's okay, that's fine. In this area, there's always gonna be more does than bucks, no matter what I do. All right, so according to this, it's just a lot of does. That's not a terrible thing. It's also not a great thing. I think one of the reasons we're not seeing bucks is because there's just really not many reasons for bucks to be out here, which is why some corn would be nice to have, because there's not much food right now.
What he said.
Yeah.
All right, walking security camera.
Hello.
You dropped your knife.
What was I gonna say about corn?
You gonna put it right there?
No. I was gonna say,
It's yummy.
we're gonna put that corn right here.
I would like to know what goes through that man's mind though. That's a sharp knife, oh son.
Yeah, it is. Ain't many knives can cut through a paper bag like that.
It ain't paper.
Here's the thing, guys. A lot of states aren't allowed to use corn to bait deer, but that's your own problem. We're allowed to bait deer. But yeah, we're gonna leave that corn there. I'm actually gonna put one of these 2 trail cameras on a tree around here so that I can watch it, come in and check it every now and again and see if the bucks are actually using it. And if for some reason a month goes by and not a single shooter buck uses this corn pile, we're gonna have to make a new game plan. But for now, this is our only game plan.
Deploy security cameras.
This might be the worst tree. Ow!
Yep, worst tree. What about that one?
Yeah, that's a good one. Old KG trail camera going front and center. Kinda. I'm gonna set this to where it takes one picture, then videos for 10 seconds.
What's your thoughts on this?
I don't know.
Got a nice shirt on?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that in at?
KendallGray1.com/shop. Or first link in the description.
Yeah. Second link.
Second, sorry.
Second link in the description.
Second link in the description.
Tidwee got the first one. Where you gonna put your blind at? What about right there in that little flat?
Well, we don't want it to be too close to the deer, just in case I make a little noise. But I think right in here is a pretty good spot.
It's a nice rock.
Walking security camera over here, wreaking havoc on leaves and brush.
Where am I least likely going to see deer coming from?
To your right.
Right?
Yeah, probably probably not coming out of that thicket.
Yep, definitely not. What about this side?
Good chance that they'll just come right through here. Or come up from the bottom where that feeder's at and come up through this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna set it just like this. Go ahead and set the thing in here. All right. And the ground is a little uneven but these seats have adjustments where you can adjust each leg individually. So now I can chill right here, pop this down, pop this up, and literally have just enough shooting lane that I need to shoot one over the pile. Yeah, that some may call it cheating, but we call it a tactical advantage. Alright guys, I'm here for my first hunt in the blind. You can kind of see the corn pile out there, but there's still corn in it, no big deal. Now since I am in a blind, I did decide not to, wear camo pants because it shouldn't matter. They can't see anything. I can see out, they can't see in. I've opened up my shooting hole right here. I'll reach down, pick up my bow, draw back, and sling the arrow right through there at the path. Now it is actually raining right now, which is really awesome because this blind has a waterproof roof. Not a drop of water is going to get through that. And plus it gives me a little extra cover sound to where I can move around in some of these leaves if I have to. And as for now, I'm literally just going to sit here until it gets too dark to see. And then I'm actually going to be switching out trail cameras. So we'll get to check that one to see what's been here the past 2 days. I don't know guys, we might see stuff, we might not. One way or another, we're just hunting and that's just how it is. I counted 7 does total. A lot of them was looking my way for one reason or another, but they literally could not see me in that blind. I was moving a little bit to test them, and they can't see through it. I had a couple get within 10 yards, didn't know I was even there. Anyways, I got the trail camera back and replaced it with the cell cam. Let's just go through and check them. All right, so far we just got does. I already know the does are in the area. I'm only interested in bucks right now, and preferably the bigger ones that we're after. So I'm just gonna flip through these pretty quick. The trail camera wasn't there, but maybe 2 days total. So like, there's not exactly a huge chance of seeing a buck, but if we see a buck, that's important. Oh, there's raccoons. Well, that's kind of good to know, I guess. We'll just keep on flipping. I poured out a 50-pound bag, so yeah, I mean it should last a little while. Oh, there's a 4-pointer. Hey, he's on the board. He's bigger than a spike. I might just let the arrow fly. I'm just kidding, guys. I probably won't kill him. Keyword probably, but you know what? We'll see how the season goes. We still have about a month exactly. Season is ticking down a lot faster than I wish it would. This is right here in the evening. Actually, I think that's actually today. It is, yeah. That's actually today. So, no bucks used it that I didn't know about. And then there's me. Oh my goodness. Who is that handsome fella? Alright guys, it's really cold outside, as you can tell by the snow on the ground. I think it's like 14 degrees, which is insane. But regardless, we're out here. I'm actually up in a tree stand right now. I feel like we do have a pretty good chance of seeing deer, so I'm just going to be quiet and just sit here and watch. And if a big buck walks out, the one that I'm looking for, I'll grab the bow and see what I can do with it. But I don't know guys, here we go. It's freezing and I want to go to bed, but I can't because I'm hunting. Okay, bye. Pretty big coyote. There's no, okay, I'm not trying to get him. Oh guys, the morning's been pretty slow, but that's okay, I think. That's normal. That's just how hunting is sometimes. Nothing had been happening, but then I heard something go. I thought it was a bird, but it kept getting closer. So then I finally turned around and seen it was actually a coyote. Alright guys, technically we have 5 days of season left. I do want to say this guys, if I see a spike, I'm going to shoot it. That's kind of sad, you know. It was really sad. I think I got like 4 days of season left. I had my chance, dude. I had my chance. You know the dumbest part? If I hadn't done anything, he was probably just gonna come right back to the corn pile. Whenever they spooked, it wasn't even because of me. It was because that Spike just smelled something. It's just because like the Spike seen a squirrel. Long story short, they jumped back. I thought he was gonna leave. I rushed it. I should have just waited and let him come back to the corn pile. But long story short, it was a 40-yard shot, and I thought I was comfortable with the 40-yard shot, which I still do. I'll be honest, guys. I don't know where the arrow went. I'm just nearly positive it didn't hit him. It felt like a good shot, but it didn't hit him. Okay, we're having an emergency press conference. I reviewed the footage, and I now know what happened. And I ain't happy about it at all. Like, I could literally throw this on the ground. Alright, listen. Here's what happened. Actually, let's review the footage. This makes me upset, as you could imagine. Alright, so check it out, guys. This is what I'm reviewing right now. We're going to go frame by frame, and we're going to be able to see exactly what happened. By the way, from the time I saw the deer to the time I shot was 18 minutes. I watched him eat corn for 18 minutes. Just saying, that's a long time. I'm very glad I didn't pull back early, because I couldn't have held it. As we go frame by frame, check this out, okay? You can look up here. Look up here where my cursor is. You can see the arrow. That's the arrow, okay? So this frame right here is when the shot was initially shot. As we watch the arrow fly, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that the deer reacts far before the arrow gets to it. And that is why you can see my arrow right there at the point went literally 1.5 inches over his shoulder. Now let's do this. Let's put my cursor where the arrow was, and let's see if it would have hit him if he didn't jump the arrow, okay? Because even up there, I told you guys, I was like, I felt good about the shot, but I know I didn't hit him by the way he acted. So let's just see, all right. So my arrow was right there. Let's go back to before the shot, which was right here at the beginning of the shot. Give or take, that would have killed him. 100%, that would have killed him. But the unfortunate thing is this. It was just about a week ago, I was talking to my dad, who knows nothing about hunting. I was like, yeah, I can hit a deer at 40 yards easy, but I don't want to shoot a deer at 40 because the deer will have completely moved by the time the arrow gets to him. Why I didn't think about that in the moment, I don't know. Especially with them looking at me. I mean, there's a lot going on inside my head right now. Here's the thing though. Do deer jump arrows? Fact or fiction? Fact. Do they always jump the arrows? Not fact. Okay, it's one of these. It's one of these, it really is. Now, if he's seen you and he knows you're about to shoot, yeah, he's probably gonna jump the arrow. But this deer never knew that I was me. He never knew where I was. He knew something didn't smell right just because, you know, maybe the wind swirled off the back of a tree and went over there. I was dealing with a crosswind, which is a little rough, but it's all I had. He looked in my direction a few times, but most of the time he was looking down the hill when he's eating. At this point, I am comfortable with a 40-yard shot at a non-moving target, but at 40 yards at a deer, which did just spook, whether because of me or not, still spooked. 40-yard shot at a deer that is on edge, probably not the best decision. Now, 25-yard shot with a deer on edge, I'm taking the shot. 40-yard shot with a deer that has no idea anything's happening, I think I'd still maybe take the shot. And I mean, it's really up to the situation. Some of you guys may say, no, I'm not going to shoot a 40-yard shot at all. I'm not comfortable with it. Some of you guys may say, you know what? I'm comfortable to 60. If the deer don't look spooked, I'm going to take. All I know is that me coming back and looking at this footage, choking on a pecan, it makes me feel a lot better. Because it lets me know that I didn't mess up physically. Mentally, maybe I should have not took the shot. But physically, the arrow did go exactly where I tried to put it. Just look at that some more. The arrow is shot right here. The deer starts moving and the arrow gets to him right there. They're quick. They're quick. I imagine he doesn't truly associate the corn pile with death yet, okay? Because he didn't feel anything. He just heard a noise and decided this is getting sketchy. Now, will he ever be back? I don't know. I hope so, because I'm going to be there every day until season's out. Will I shoot a spike? I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to. By the way, I came back just to eat lunch because I can't sit out there for an entire day with just breakfast. As soon as I get done with my chicken nuggies, we're leaving. We're going back out there. It is what it is. This is hunting. I'm just happy the arrow went where I wanted to. Just happens the deer didn't stay where I wanted it to.